Welcome, friends, to a new episode of Defense Detective on China and why it does not want war with India at this stage. Well, you all know that presently the tension between India and China is running high at Ladakh border. According to most analysts, China has an edge over India. It has a bigger army, more weapons, and stronger economy in comparison to India. But we still claim that Dragon will avoid any direct confrontation with its southern neighbor at any cost, especially at this stage. And we guarantee that you will also agree with us after watching this video. Just have a look. Before starting the video, we once again request you to kindly subscribe to Defense Detective if you have not done so far. Please press the bell icon showing on the right side of the video immediately for latest videos dedicated to Indian forces. So let's start with the official mouthpiece of China, Global Times. What are its views about the present standoff going on in the Himalayas between the two Asian giants? These recently published articles repeatedly stress on one thing: there should be no war between the two countries. It will harm economies on both sides, and India should not boycott Chinese products. Since tensions started after bloody clash in Galwan Valley, China very well knows the importance of Indian market and its size. Dragon understands that in Asia there is no market comparable to Indian size and so close to it. Therefore, China will avoid any action that results into loss of such a huge market at any cost. Secondly, this is not only the sole reason which is putting brakes on China's People Liberation Army's forward movement in the Himalayas. There are some other aspects too, which are compelling it to avoid any kind of confrontation with India at this stage. And this is not just an assumption, but real fact based on the reports of three leading Western institutions who keep a close eye on defense matters worldwide. The first report is of Harvard Kennedy School's Belfer Center for Science and International Affairs, named The Strategic Posture of China and India. This report was recently published in March 2020, prepared by Frank O'Daniel and Alex Bolfish. The second report is published by CNAS, that is Center for New American Security, under title Imbalance of Power: India's Military Choices in an Era of Strategic Competition with China. It was published last year in October 2019, written by some top global defense analysts like Daniel Kleiman, Iskandar Rahman, Kristen Lee, and Joshua Fitt. And the third report is from SPRI, that is Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, which mainly monitors nuclear weapons worldwide. We have named these reports so that no one questions or argues that why we are putting question marks on the ability of PLA forces in comparison to Indian forces' preparedness in Himalayas at this stage, if any kind of war breaks out between the two neighbors. CNN's Brad Linden recently published a report on 18th June 2020 with a heading, Why Conventional Wisdom Giving China the Military Edge over India May Not Be True. In this report, Brad also gave reference of Belfer and CNAS reports which give clear edge to Indian forces over Dragon Army. It claims that Indian Army is better placed than Chinese Army. Similarly, Indian Air Force is much ahead of its rival Chinese Air Force. Indian soldiers are better trained and tough to beat in Himalayan ranges by rival forces. According to it, Indian forces can fight in all kinds of weather conditions compared to PLA Army. Now let's start with comparison of actual ground forces deployed at border on both sides. First, let's talk about Army. India has around 2.25 lakh soldiers on its side of border, which includes T-72 Tank Brigade in Ladakh region, having around 3,000 soldiers, and BrahMos Cruise Missile Regiment deployed in Arunachal Pradesh with 1,000 soldiers. While China has around 2.30 lakh PLA soldiers under its Western Theatre Command facing Indian border on its side, deployed in Tibet and Xinjiang region. With these numbers, you might be thinking that China has more troops on the ground in comparison to India. But at ground level, the reality is different. According to Belfer report, out of these 2.30 lakh Chinese troops, a large number of soldiers are deployed at its Russian border, and secondly, among its remaining troops, a large section of troops are stationed deep inside Tibet, that is far away from forward bases facing India and Ladakh. Practically, Chinese number is far less than Indian army, who are battle ready and stationed close to the line of actual control, so that they can be easily moved in if war breaks out at these Himalayan peaks between the Asian giants. This argument is also supported by CNAS in its report. CNA's report highlights that at such a high altitude, which is around 18,000 above sea level, only those soldiers can fight who are well adapted to such harsh climatic conditions, and any new troop will require a much longer period before he gets a fighting fit, which means Indian soldiers are much fitter and better placed to PLA soldiers, who are not adapted to such harsh Himalayan conditions, as most of them are stationed far away in cantonments located deep inside Tibet. CNA's report also stresses that Indian soldiers are continuously trained to fight in minus temperatures compared to Chinese soldiers, and this lack of training can prove deadly, as you can see in this video, which clearly shows how the Dragon Army suffered during a military clash in Sikkim's Nakula Pass. The so-called Kung Fu Army soldiers were unable to stand Indian blows and started pleading to stop it. CNA's report also claims that Indian forces are better trained to fight mountain wars, especially after 1999 Kargil War. Indian forces are regularly engaged in fighting cross-border shelling and special operations in Kashmir and Northeast, while China fought a war 40 years back in 1979 with Vietnam, and that also it lost to its much smaller neighbor. Vietnam succeeded in this war only because its army had a prior experience of fighting a long war with America, which helped its troops in defeating the Dragon Army. This report also points out about the joint military exercises Indian forces continuously have with other countries like Russia, America, Australia, France, Britain, along with other leading forces around the year in comparison to China, which conduct only few joint military exercises with Russia and Pakistan to talk about. This clearly shows that Indian forces have more experience and combat training compared to its northern neighbor. Now come to the Air Force. Indian Air Force have deployed around 270 fighter planes and 68 ground attack aircrafts to counter Chinese aggression, which means in total IAF have 338 planes ready to take on any kind of Chinese attack heads-on, while China have 157 fighter jets along with 44 attack drones and 8 recon and electronic warfare drones, which in total means 209 air assets have been deployed by Dragon in contrast to 338 of India. Here it should also be kept in mind that Indian Air Force have 122 fighter jets of 4th generation compared to 101 of China. In this aspect also, Indian Air Force is far ahead of its Chinese counterpart, and this is not limited to just numbers. There are many other features which clearly shows the vast gap between the two air forces. Among the fighter jets that China have stationed to counter Indian air power, only 10 planes can be considered at par with Mirage 2000 jets, while other Chinese jets like JJ-11 and Sukhoi 27 are no match to Indian Sukhoi 30 fighter planes. The other worrying point for China is that its only JJ-10 fighter jets are all-weather planes in comparison to IAF's Mirage 2000 and Sukhoi 30 fleet. Here we are not even considering the role of much advanced and game-changer Rafale plans, which are soon going to be an integral part of Indian frontline fighter jets. China has 8 air bases, mostly civilian airfields, in this part of Tibet, while India has about 15 ALG, that is Advanced Landing Ground, besides Indian Air Force's main air bases which are operated by Indian Air Force, including Daulat Beg Oldi, where largest transport planes like C-17 Globemaster can land and take off easily, which clearly shows how fast India can move its men and machine to border in a warlike situation if compared to China. Other than this, IAF has also recently purchased American Apache and Chinook helicopters, which provide great support to its firepower. Chinook can easily transport M777 and Bofors guns to forward positions, and Apache can give fire support to ground troops in any warlike situation. Most difficult aspect in Himalayas for Chinese Air Force is to operate flights here at such a high level. To understand about this aspect, you should have a close look at these pictures of flight radar. This empty area where no flights are shown is just because it is located at such a high level from sea in mountains that it is very difficult to operate flights here by any air force, as there is no oxygen, which severely reduces the capacity of an aircraft engine, and lack of air pressure at such heights also makes it very difficult to fly any plane. Which means that Chinese aircraft can only operate with half payload capacity and fuel if it wants to fly its plane here, and will also require more air-to-air fueling, and presently China do not have so many air tankers to meet this requirement if war breaks out here in Himalayas. According to Belfer's 2017 report, Chinese Air Force have only 15 aerial tankers. And in contrast, Indian fighter jets will not require any such air refueling, as Indian air bases and airfields are located very close to LAC. The 4 Chinese air bases which are close to LAC are hard for Dragon to operate, as they can easily be targeted by IAF jets. And for reinforcement, Chinese Air Force have to depend on its air bases located about 2,500 km away from border deep inside China, compared to Indian side, which are just 50 to 100 km away on its side. This report also highlights the large number of air bases IAF have, stretching from Ladakh sector to Arunachal Pradesh border, which are much more than Chinese side. It also puts Indian Air Force much higher on the experience ladder when it comes to real-time war situation. India recently faced Pakistan air engagement during Balakot air operation, while China have none, and its pilots depend heavily on ground control system. Now let's move to missile capabilities. The Belfer report clearly states that both India and China are in the firing range of each other's missiles, which means that if war breaks out, every corner of China will be within strike range of Indian missiles. CNN report have also stressed that PLA had to fire around 220 ballistic missiles to destroy one airfield on Indian side, and presently China have around 1,000 to 1,200 missiles, which means if it fires all its missiles on Indian airfields, Dragon will not be able to destroy all airfields on this side of LAC. If we talk about nuclear bombs, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute's latest report of 2020 underlines that India has around 150 warheads, while China has 320 nuclear bombs in its arsenal. But in today's world, it's really hard to believe that the international community will allow any side to use nuclear bombs, as everyone knows their global impact on climate and crops. But no one can rule out the possibility of a conventional war between the two Asian giants, with tensions running high at Ladakh border. China can claim anything in its propaganda videos, which PLA releases regularly, but it very well knows the fact that today's India is not that of 1962, and during that war also it won because Indian side did not use the air force in the high altitude battlefields, which could have easily changed the results. Now in 2020, India has made it ample clear that all resources will be used, and Indian Air Force Chief RKS Bhadauria has already stated that IAF is ready to counter any challenges from Dragon. Hope you enjoyed this video and agree with the facts and figures presented in this video. If you like this video, kindly share it with your friends and dear ones, as this will help everyone understand the power and preparedness of our forces on border. Also, do not forget to subscribe Defense Detective and please press the bell icon to get our latest video notifications. Soon we will come with a new video dedicated to our forces. Till then, take care and stay safe. Goodbye.